and say, I don't wanna pay my taxes, then that unassigned fund surplus is gone. Because that's what
So,
Right.
spends down to pay our bills.
yeah, so.
Until we
So
get
what
that money
happened?
back in.
So the people, when we vote during town meeting, we vote on these warrant articles, whatever it was for the road, and they don't know this. They don't know that we don't have any money.
Well, that's separate from the budget, but
Yeah,
the budget
but
itself,
I
that's
understand
over and
that.
above.
But I understand all
Well,
that.
it's actually in the reports, in the town report, it's there.
Yeah, right, but it's there, but not a lot of people dig into all of
Yeah.
Yeah.
that, because there's so many numbers, it kinda like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
They go to the vital statistics and what have you, you know, the fun things, I guess you wanna say.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if they
Warrant
saw that you
articles.
only have like $20-some-odd on hand,
Yeah,
they might be thinking a little differently how they wanna spend their money. When somebody brings up a warrant article for 200,000, they might say, whoa, wait a minute, you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Well, like, I wanna say when you get like 21 or 24,000, whatever it is there that the auditors say we
Right,
have.
right,
They're
right.
taking account of all these warrant articles, like Bob was talking about having a 5-year shelf life.
Right, yeah, right,
So, in theory, I mean, we're not gonna use all that money right away,
no, right,
so,
right,
you know, so that's why we have that 224
right,
according to the DRA.
yeah, no, I understand.
However, I mean, if the perfect storm happened and we spent all our warrant articles in the same year at the same time, we could be SOL. So, I mean, we're not really in a critical shape, but we're not as,
We're
you know,
not flush.
we're not looking good.
But
as
some of
good.
that money is like the fire departments.
Yeah.
If something happens, can you take 100,000 out of it?
no, that's their own fund, that's their own,
Okay, that's,
And-
so,
and they're
okay,
all
so
protected.
all the other, all the rest of the money you're
That's right,
talking
follow
about
the
is
utility.
my,
This-
like,
That's right.
the bridge money,
that's separate,
that's separate.
yeah.
Yeah, warrant articles, stuff like that, there, those are raised and appropriated, they stay right there. They can only be used for the purpose they were raised for.
Right, that's what I thought, right,
Yeah.
so you
Nothing
cannot
worthless.
dig into any of that, that's
Nope.
totally out of your control.
Yeah, and we,
So
on- those
Sorry.
numbers only report our
Mhm.
fund, our
Mhm.
general fund.
Right. So that's why I say, so you still just have that money really on hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think what it really gets, what people don't understand is that if someone doesn't pay their taxes, we
You
pay
cover our money.
interest, but if it's an average tax lien, which is outstanding taxes, runs between a low year, 35 to 50,000, and I've seen high years up to 129,000. But as long as there's a mortgage on there, the mortgage company will pay the tax.
Right.
But it's when the consumer or the resident has no mortgage,
Right,
and they're budgeting their own taxes and they decide, oh, I can't
right.
pay
Oh,
it.
wait, yeah,
That's the
Mhm.
number that is part of, that would make us have to use that unassigned fund
right,
balance.
right, yeah, I understand.
Because we don't have the money in
Right, I
yet.
understand that.
Which, if, just intercede little, had you left 100,000, at least 100,000 there last year,
Mm-hmm,
and I'm just gonna use
Yeah.
an emotion.
Yeah.
When people get their tax bill,
Mhm.
we've gone up a little bit more last year,
mm-hmm,
and then down the road, they're probably not gonna hurt as much, cause
Mhm.
at least you have that reserve,
mm-hmm,
that you're not gonna ask them to
right,
try to replace.
right.
How much is it per 1,000?
It-
How many cents was it? Trying to remember.
What we saved by putting $100,000 on our
Was it 3 cents, something like that?
24 cents, it
24 cents,
reduced our municipal,
That's
but then you had the school side go up $1 or something, and then
But
counties.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but you would've still had a reserve,
Mm-hmm,
and when you get that tax bill, if it went up 24 cents more than what the school had on it or whatever, doesn't make a difference, cause you're getting upset when you get that tax bill. And then the next year, at least if you can almost come to level funding,
yep,
or within that range, you're not asking them to come up with money that you already gave them as a gift the year before to
Yeah.
bring the
I mean,
taxes
in all
down.
honesty, I was concerned about the fund balance last year and everything that, but I did vote to use it because we had lost $10.5 million in
I
valuation.
understand that,
And,
yeah.
and to take in, without using $100,000, I mean, it'd been like the old term sticker shock for a lot of people, because
Right.
it was, for us, unfortunately, with the reevaluation, and there's a perfect storm, and it just came to, so
Well,
we're
I
on our
realize,
doorstep right
I
there.
realize you lost the 10 million, but at the same time, we're talking about 24 cents or whatever. is not, I mean, if you're gonna get sticker shock, you're gonna be upset that year.
Mhm.
And it's
absolutely.
not putting it off so that 2 year, you know, it could be 2 years in a row, people are gonna be,
Yeah, so what happened
'Cause-
was, we got caught because we started repairing the road, we didn't wanna stop part way into it.
Oh, yeah.
So we had to
Yeah.
give a lot more money to
The last-
continue the road.
The last few years too, this is only recent that we've done highway road maintenance
Right.
Mhm.
warrants.
Yeah,
In the
right,
past,
yeah,
you could
sure.
cover all of CIP
right,
with, 10 warrant articles at 100,000.
Mhm.
And it was, a little bit more palatable to
Mhm.
know that you're putting money away towards a big purchase
Right.
of some
Right,
kind that,
But I mean, then again, look at our condition of our roads, they're getting worse and worse
Right,
and worse, so I
right.
mean,
yeah, we were behind the eight
I
ball
mean-
there, yeah.
it's a balancing act, we gotta take them, I mean,
well, you got one guy doing diligent that says, hey, I'm a road agent and I gotta fix these roads,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
he's just doing his job.
Yeah.
oh, absolutely. We
No,
gotta try to
right,
get the-
and I'm not complaining about that, all I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I'm trying to put things into perspective, that's
Right.
all I'm doing is,
Mhm.
you took 100,000 out of the surplus, and then you turned around, and you spent money there. You
Yeah.
understand, you could have said, oh, well, I'm just saying, where we could have said, well, maybe we don't wanna spend that money,
Yeah.
because we just took 100,000 out of the budget to cut the taxes, but we put that 200 or whatever was there to, but we were already started the road, so we, you know what I'm saying? So kinda like that perfect storm building,
Mm-hmm,
you know?
Mhm.
Cause I won't fault you, I mean, you guys are coming in, every Thursday, and you're looking at numbers presented, and it looks like you have the money, it looks like you have the
Yeah.
121,000 or whatever
Checks
you
in the
moved
checkbook.
to lower it, cause you said, hey, we still have
Yep.
that reserve, cause you're not thinking that some of those monies are encumbered,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, and I think
Still
it's
money there.
I think it's a new formatting too with the
That's
gas
true.
fee, and that's
Yeah.
changed how they,
We really gotta get a handle on that.
yeah,
Still
Because
money in the
The tough part
checking
is to
account,
say, we collected a million something more this year,
yeah,
but we don't know what that translates to students in the school either.
yeah, that's right, we won't know that until we sit down and see what
Houses
they're,
are selling very well in
Yeah.
Dunbarton, and I know, talking to a few people that, realtors and the realtors themselves,
mm,
it's the whole school system that's
Yeah.
doing it to us.
Well, maybe we should promote 55 and older too.
Hey, I'm almost there.
but then you'd be asking for a fire department before long.
Yeah, no, an ambulance.
Ambulances,
Well, we got one right
fleet of
now.
ambulances.
Yeah,
Yeah, all ambulances,
Yeah.
busy.
yeah, it's probably just going right up the road to the
Yeah,
housing development
they,
there.
Alright.
busy
Time
ambulance
to
service.
adjourn.
What is that?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
And they got White
Yeah,
Rock.
my mother-in-law lives at White Rock, and she said
Yeah.
they're there all the time.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. That's why, good thing they're close, right?
Yeah,
they're very good for that reason too.
Yeah.
it's probably cheaper than their insurance for them,
Yeah.
so. Alright, you got anything else,
No,
Lynn?
that's it, thank you.
Alright, all the public comments? We'll close-
Just one more thing, has anybody mentioned, Ashland doing the tree work this?
They had a public hearing with
Yeah, I know,
conservation last
yesterday.
night.
I went to that last night.
I didn't have a chance to go to that last night.
Yeah, that's the.
That was for
normal-
the scenic byways and stuff.
Scenic road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
they're gonna be in town for the next few months,
Yeah.
just basically, cutting one of the rights of way for the power lines.
Yep. Well, that's good, cause,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a birch tree blow down on the primary today, down at Robert Rogers Road, just below the school.
Oh, right.
oh, that's what the call was this week?
Yeah, it didn't knock the power out, but it required response time.
that's probably why I saw someone going by my house afterwards. They were
Oh,
coming
could be.
around.
That should have happened yesterday morning, he could have used that information.
Yeah. Oh dear, okay. Alrighty then, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So we-
Go home.
Alright, we got a second?
Tom motion.
Second.
Alright, Big one.
First, then I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, John.